Hello, welcome back to Coding Money, to the JavaScript Algorithms and Data Structure series. These videos are meant to help you get better at coding and at the same time prepare you for your coding interview at the big tech companies like Google, where the starting salary for a junior developer is $191,000. Let's take a look at the challenge that I have for you today. Check to see if two provided strings are anagrams of each other. One string is an anagram of another if it uses the same characters in the same quantity. Only consider characters, not spaces or punctuation. Consider capital letters to be the same as lowercase. Here are some examples. If you provided two strings, one coding money and the other money coding, it should return true because it uses the same characters and the quantity of each character is the same, therefore it returns true. Same is true for this other example. Rail safety and fairy tales are anagrams of each other because they use the same characters and the same quantity of characters are present in both of these strings. We will not consider exclamation marks or special characters or spaces. This is the challenge for today. Pause the video and give this problem a try. Also, if you want to follow along, check out the GitHub repository at this URL. All right, so I'll give you two possible solutions to this coding problem. The first solution consists of three steps. In the first step, we'll build a character map for string A. Then we'll build a character map for string B. And the third step, we'll compare both of these character maps to see if they're equal to each other. If they're not, we'll return false. So let's start by building the character map for string A. To do that, we need an empty object. Let's create that. Let's call this car map A and set that to an empty object. And also we need to remove space in punctuations, exclamation marks, and things like that. So I'll do that now. String A dot to lowercase, and to remove the punctuations and spaces, we'll use a regular expression. Make sure to use backslash capital W. This will match all the special characters, the space and punctuations. This is a character set. The brackets represent the character set, and this capital D represent anything that is not a word, which is different than the small w. If you use a small w, it will match all the words that is in a character. It will not match the punctuations. So we'll use capital D to replace that. Okay, so to show you, let's return this string A. Let me return it, save this to see the output of our clean string. So as you can see, this is the string A. It has space and exclamation marks, but after this line of code, it removed the exclamation mark and spaces, and this is the output that we get. All right, so let's create now the character map. So we'll use a for loop. So for let char of string A, and so we'll say char map A dot char. Let's see, char map A. If this character already exists, if it exists, then increment it by 1 if it does not exist, then use 1. Okay, so this will create the character map for string A. Let me return it to see the output of what we get here. So return car map A, save and run. So you see we're getting the character map for string A. So as you can see, it's counting each characters. For example, we have 1R, 2A, 1I, 1L, so on. So we created the character map for string A. We need to do the same thing, exactly same steps. There's a principle in software development: do not repeat yourself. So if I write the same code over here, it's repeating myself, writing the same code again and again. So at this point, it is a good idea to create an helper method, another function to create the character map. So I'll call this new function. I'll call it car map. I'll call it car map, and it will have str. And I'll just what I'll do, I'll copy this code, I'll paste it here, right? So return car map. Let's do something. Remove these things so that we can reuse it with anything. So I'm just going to change this to str, because this is the variable that we're using here, str, and then str. Okay, remove the a from here, and so I'm going to save this. What I'm going to do is here for character map A, I'm going to use car map and provide string A to this one, string A, and let me return this map A to make sure it's working fine. So yeah, so this is working fine, and now the best part is that we can reuse this to build the character map for string B. So I can copy the statement and paste it right here. I'll rename the variable, call it B, and here I'm just going to change string A to string B, because this is what we're using as the parameter. And now, so we have the character map. We build the character map for both the string A and string B. Now we need to compare both of them. First of all, let's compare the length of both the characters. So to do that, as you can see in an object, we have keys and values. As you can see, R is the key and 1 is the value. A is the key, 2 is the value, right? To get the keys, to get all the keys, we can use object.keys, and we can provide the string like that. So let me return this, return object.keys, so that you see what would be the output. Now, so if I return this, object.keys, oh, sorry, I have to provide the character map, car map A. So let me save it. So you see, these are the keys. It returns all the keys for me from the object, the character map of string A. So what I can do is I can compare both of them by using an if statement. I can say object.keys provide car map A, and to find the length, because this object.keys convert into an array, and then you get the keys in an array. So on the array we can use length to check the length, and compare that with object.keys car map b dot length. So if the length of these two keys do not match, then we'll return false, right? So if our character map A does not have the same keys as the character map B, then obviously we know that this is going to be false. This is not going to be an anagram. Now we need to loop both of these character maps. So we can loop over any of them. We can either choose A or B, it doesn't matter. So I'll use character map A. So I'll say let key n car map A. Now you see that we're using n. You see, let key n. When we're working with objects and we want to loop through the objects, we use n. And if it is an array, then in that case we'll use off. So now we're using let key n character map A, and then I'll use a comparison. I'll do if car map A key is not equal to car map B key. If the key in character map A is not equal to the key of the character map B. For example, if we have, for example, 1 R in character map A and we have 2 R in the character map B, and if they are not equal to each other, then in that case, we know that this is not an anagram, therefore we will return false, right? So if this check passes and this check passes, and we can't find anything that is not equal to each other, then it means that it is an anagram. Both of the characters in character map A and B are equal. So this means that we have an anagram. So in that case, we will return true. So let's save this and let's run the code to see if it is working or not. As you can see, this is not working. Why? This should return true. Why it is not working? So it is returning false. We have to find what is the reason. So, oh, here, this is a big mistake that I'm doing. I am checking if they're equal. I should check if they're not equal. So this should be like this. They should not be equal to this, and in that case we would return false. All right, so let's save this and run the code. It should give you the correct output this time. Let's try with another example. So let me try with this. All right, let me save it. This should return true. The last test case, let's try with this one. Copy. Paste. Save it. Okay, and now it should return false. This is working. This is the first solution to the problem. Let's work on the easier and very intuitive solution to this problem. All right, let's work on the second solution. I said I'll give you 2 solutions, and the second solution is much easier. I'll show you one small little trick. It will make it a piece of cake. So let me copy this one for your future reference. I'll copy the solution as well for you, and I'll copy it, I'll paste it here, I'll comment it out. Okay, and now Let me get rid of this. So now I'll just get rid of all of it, right? So now what we will do is we'll sort a string A in string B. Once it is sorted, then we'll get it will make it much easier, right? So let's do that. So let's sort string A, but you know that the sort function is only possible on arrays. It cannot be done in on the string directly. So we need to convert the string into an array. But before doing that, we need to change this to lowercase, and also we'll do the regular expression, the same regular expression that we did to get rid of the space and punctuations. All right, so once we got rid of that, I will call split function on it. And then once I have changed this to an array, I can call the sort method. And once it is sorted, I will join it back like this. So let me return this to see what we get. Let me save this, return. As you can see, this is high there, right? So this is string A. We can do the same thing for string B. So let's create another function to do this to make it easier, because we know about the software development principle: do not repeat yourself. We will not repeat ourselves. So therefore, we'll create a function. I will call this function clean str, and I'll provide this string as the parameter. So what I'll do is I'll just cut this from here. I'll paste it here. Return. And instead of string, we need to use the same input parameter name. The same thing like this. Okay. So now we can do the same. Like we can return clean str, provide a string A, and compare this to clean str string B. So now when we do this, we'll just compare this. Well, this is a conditional statement. If it is true, it will return true. If it is false, it will return false. So let's also try with another example. This one, copy, paste, save, run it. We are getting the correct output. This is the second solution, as I promised to give you. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned, subscribe for more videos like this.